And welcome.
Good morning, our Beauty Equilibrium podcast family.
Good morning.
Episode 259, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. Let's get into it. Sports update, what you got for us, G?
Man, I'm just happy that the Lakers, a lot of the NBA seeding is settling down. Lakers avoided the play-in for the first time in I don't know how long. Yeah, so that's good. They avoided the play-in, so I'm happy we resting at a good spot. We don't have to fight for our playoff life in the play-in tournament. So, congrats.
Thank goodness for the spot in the playoffs. Can't wait to see how this is going to go. Definitely.
And also in sports, kind of, sort of, ESPN host Stephen A. Smith has stated that he feels compelled to consider a 2028 presidential run due to the encouragement from elected officials, wealthy donors, and even his pastor, despite having no prior political ambitions.
Okay.
That ain't that rough, yo. No offense. We gonna need more than just some sports commentating and
I hear that.
information. I don't get it. I'm not buying it.
Can
But
we at least get a poli-sci major? Goodness, these entertainers.
something.
So this
you
is my
know.
question. What do you guys think about politicians versus just like entertainment people who are just, saying, okay, I'll run? Can anybody just throw a hat in and say,
I think they one the same because
Yeah.
it's all entertainment. And are they really? What are they really getting done? These politicians, like, what are they really getting done? No offense. Well, I mean, if you're offended by what I'm saying, do better.
Yeah, I agree with Jason in that sense. A lot of it is political theater, but I feel like if
I
you're
like
going to
that
be
political theater.
exactly, it's grandstanding most times. I mean, they have a platform and they're really not doing what they're put in place to do. And even if they make a lot of promises, it's unfortunate because we get hyped up. But once you get in that position, you can't really do half the stuff that you promised because you have to go through certain channels and red tape. But as far as anything, in my opinion, it really should be some kind of education behind what you like go towards. If you have a goal or if you want to do something, at least like get with some people that are already in that field and get educated and kind of see what you can do and what you're capable of. I mean, Trump is proof enough. I mean, this man supposedly was a business person, did all these things behind the scenes, and he's really mixing up this country. And, I don't know if it's the best thing not to have any experience in politics.
But to your point, if it does take the branches of government that's behind you to make certain things happen, then what if he just has some great initiatives? You know what I mean? What if some people have some great talking points? What if some people have some great ideas?
But it takes years to rub shoulders. I mean, look at people who have been in it as long as they have. I mean, they still aren't getting people to agree with them and be on their side about certain things. I mean, I would think by now, as many things as Bernie Sanders has laid out, he should have been president 1, 2, 3, 4 times as many times as he didn't run.
He's had a long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's unfortunate because it's more money based than people based.
Yeah. No, that's Bush era politics though too. That wasn't all these CPACs and that's something that's in the last maybe 20 years.
You know what,
money
though?
has been real deep into it.
I will say this, though. In America and some other countries, too, a lot of times celebrities and they do go into politics. Like,
Pacquiao did it.
Think about how many wrestlers or actors or,
Absolutely.
Ronald
sports
Reagan.
figures have crossed over into the political arena, because a lot of times when you can be a familiar face, a familiar voice, you already have the people's trust in one market, One sector, it's like built-in votes. So you think about Kevin Johnson is got into politics, Jesse the Body Ventura, a wrestler, got
And
into
So is it
politics.
more about
Kevin did
influence?
pretty decent. Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, an actor.
I don't want to bring up Ronald Reagan, but
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
you
like
got
it's
a
not,
point there.
it's not far fetched.
Yeah, maybe it's more of an influential type of.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I like John Madden, but I don't think he should have been president.
But y'all tap into the comments and let us know. Put in the comments if you would feel compelled to vote for somebody who's not
And-
a politician.
That boy's a wordsmith. That man is a wordsmith, man. He will win any debate.
But okay,
You're not gonna beat Stephen
we
A.
don't.
Smith
We
in the
need
debate.
more than words.
Oh, yeah.
We need action.
Agreed.
I think part of it, to your point, is like seeing what's going on right now. And that's why a lot of people feel like, hey, one thing that this administration has done is gave people hope to run for president. Because it's like,
Just anybody.
I could do this,
All right. Well, I'm gonna run in 2032. How about that?
But moving on. This is man, okay. A London private school is replacing teachers with AI-only classrooms for $35,000 a year using virtual reality and learning coaches. The move sparks debate over innovation versus the loss of human connection in education. You remember we just were talking about this?
Yes, we.
And this is this is not a public school. This is
is
a
a-
$35,000 private school.
I staunchly disagree.
AI teachers.
I staunchly disagree.
Already.
Really?
Yes.
Send this to him.
So,
Now, listen, I will say this. These are proven technologies that are basically increasing test scores, increasing performance, increasing skill level. They're saying that AI knowledge, especially when partnered with devices like the VR and things like that in the classroom, are increasing the probability of you even going above the grade, and the numbers are out there. Some of the studies show that it's increasing like almost like a year, equivalent to almost a year's worth of learning. I mean, when you basically go on that level of supporting AI technology or whatever, and schools are already using it, so I don't know.
I don't know. AI to me is really interrupting our human connection and really disrupting the human condition. A lot of life skills to me are folded into education. I mean, think about your favorite teacher growing up. Think about the people you connected with and who sat you down and really gave you game and life. I mean, one of my worst subjects I improved in because I liked my teacher. I had horrible teachers throughout the years, and it's just like I got better because I had a good teacher. And just to piggyback on this change in London, Sweden did a study, and they're actually making a law and taking screen time away from certain age groups because it has been proven that it harms focus, it disconnects the human condition, it harms learning connection and mental health. And Sweden is literally like taking phones away. They're cutting screen time for certain age groups, while literally the rest of the world is racing towards this. So I think we should really look at how these kids are antisocial. They don't look anybody in the eye. I mean, even when you go to some places, the human connection, even saying good morning to people, nobody's looking at each other. Nobody's really connecting as like the norm and coping on a human level. And I think AI and these phones and that's taken that away from us in some sense.
See, I think AIs and screen time is going to be completely different. Because screen time, you're right, you could be on any device,
I
game.
I agree.
That's
I was about to say
AI
it, too.
actually, when I saw it implemented in some classrooms in other countries, they track eye movement, they track attention, they send updates to parents when your kids being distracted on a certain day. They track all of that. So
Wow.
So if the attention is being put on something as minimum as you're not looking at the screen, a human being's gonna miss a lot of that. But everybody with a screen in front of them with an AI, it's tracking everything, how you respond.
Imagine just everybody on the screen, and as soon as you turn around, you move for a few seconds, the
that's
screen just start
wild.
flashing. Like
You
pay attention.
get a report. How many times did you get distracted? When did you get distracted?
Wow.
And it will
yeah.
actually, the AI is capable of locking into how you learn as opposed to how I learn, as opposed to, and it can kind of tailor everything.
Individualized
Well, let
learning
me
plans.
say-
Individualized learning
it's-
plans.
it's
And
gonna
I feel
be
like
interesting.
Sometimes that will help students who fall through the cracks, or maybe miss something, or maybe not, or maybe not on grade level, because in America, especially with the learning gaps that we have, a lot of times teachers do not have the time to go back. You don't have the time to reteach. You don't have the time to relearn something. It's 30 kids in these classrooms. You know what I mean? It's really hard to reach and teach everybody and get everybody to where you need them to be. So I just feel like this is like something that we have to think about, and the world is changing. Where the models are out there, AI is here, and countries like Beijing, it's already a mandatory law that they need 8 hours a year of AI teaching. So I feel like that speaks.
Let me
volumes.
interject. I think, like, why not have AI, but only be? I mean, why don't we just have it hand in hand with the teacher and AI?
Exactly.
I mean, because
Getting rid of teachers.
don't get rid of the teachers, but just have the AI just enhance the education. Because I understand and I agree there are some amazing teachers that I had, but there are some that still to this day, if I saw them, I might hit them with a bus. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Right.
You
and
know,
then-
give you what you needed,
exactly.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
So to your point, I think
feel
that that is like that would be like a deficit in social emotional connection, because like you said, you're not getting like you're not getting like the personality that you get to know. You're not getting somebody who you're actually used to and maybe may turn to be your favorite teacher. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah,
you gonna name as
yeah.
like your favorite AI? You know?
And if we're talking about like a group of people, like that's a big chunk of people to be without work. Now they're gonna have to literally like redirect their life plans, because if you replace, say, I don't know how many teachers it doesn't say, but say for instance it's 5,000 teachers, that's 5,000 people that are gonna have to find a different line of work. What are they gonna do?
Ouch.
yeah, that's too much.
Ouch.
That is too much unemployment.
California is getting rid of teachers now.
Ouch.
So.
I mean, but
Yeah.
it's already been predicted that the job market is going to reduce by as much as 80% by the year 2050. So
Wait, what?
Y'all start
we talked
learning
about
AI.
that like 100 episodes ago.
Oh,
They're talking about the job.
80%?
Yeah, because
of people
everything's
out of
going
work.
to, anything that people are doing,
Boy.
AI can do more efficiently, for the most part. So,
Industry shifts.
yeah, it's going to be major disruptors.
Oh, wow.
Moving on.
Move along.
Beauty supply owners are bracing for significant price hikes due to a 145% tariff on wigs and hair extensions imported from China. Synthetic
Ooh,
wigs may see a 25 to 30% price increase, while human hair wigs could rise by $100 or more. Retailers are exploring alternative suppliers in countries like India, Vietnam to mitigate costs. But supply chain disruptions are expected. So get
Them bundles is going to be bundling.
Okay, your bus down about to go up. They taxing your bus down.
And that's going to affect everything because a lot of things are
Yowzers.
manufactured in China, so clipper prices are going up. I just watched.
Oh, yeah, I need to go give me some more clippers.
I just watched
Matter
a
of fact.
video and they were showing how different prices in different Costco's are impacted, and things like avocados going up and tequila that come from other countries. That right now it's a pause on those. It's a 90-day pause, but like things that we forget, things that come from Mexico, things that come from Canada, like. All of these things are going to impact the consumer because we're the ones that pay
Ouch, yeah.
the tariffs.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
gonna
not
hurt.
just cents, guys. It's going up dollars. I'm talking about $4 to $10 on some of your favorite products. It's wild. Some of the tequilas are going up over $20. It's crazy.
Not my tequila. Oh,
Get you a couple
Goodness.
bottles for the road before everything go
oh
up.
not my
Today's price-
tequila.
Yesterday's price.
Not
okay?
my tequila.
All while
Ah.
keeping our wages the same. Think about that. They're not increasing our
Facts.
wages, but they're going up on everything.
Facts, Mimi. Yeah.
Moving on. Harvard University has lost over $2.2 billion in federal funding after refusing the Trump administration's demands to dismantle diversity programs, revise admission policies, and increase oversight in international students. So it's just another, to me, that's like a,
Man, why you want to mess with the education, man? Leave that alone, bro.
So there is, okay, so now I'm understanding this.
This is Harvard,
I didn't
too.
get it at first, what was going to be the consequence. So basically, if you don't, if you don't go along with his DEI cuts, you just don't get the money that
Right.
they source out for
And
you.
that's not a little bit of money.
No, that's.
I mean, I
Harvard
know-
gonna be all right.
2.2
I know Harvard's
he's also
gonna be
going after
okay.
Yeah,
Columbia
alright.
too.
But this is a message where if you see other schools,
Yeah, he's also going after Columbia.
if
and
you see
NYC
other
too.
schools
Like, man.
giving into that and saying, you know what, we need to do this because unlike Harvard, this might severely impact our budget.
Yeah,
So
but
we
that's when
can't
you go
take
back
those
to
type of-
grassroots. Go to your alumni, like raise money, have
Not
you
raising
know,
no
like
2
connect
billion.
with people famous that went there.
I
Maybe
don't-
have them come
but
perform and get money.
2.2 billion.
They
That's gonna
gonna-
be a lot of
Hey.
raising the money.
I mean, I
Leave
just
them
feel
on.
like,
Hey, look. Leave that on red. It's calling for the 2.2.
That's a
Hey,
little
I was,
much.
I was
yeah.
busy.
I mean, I will say
Alumni
this.
on low.
Just like a
Alumni
reminder-
participation
Right.
low.
Exactly. Low. I just want to say that for the federal reach into education, we have to think about that. Because when you think about it on a larger scale, the question is, should they have that far of a reach into funding for
Yes.
education?
That's too much
You know what I
control.
mean?
Yeah.
No, I think
Because-
federal funding is federal funding. You
It's
want this
federal
money?
funding.
This the federal money.
It's federal funding.
Yeah, but it should be limited stipulations. If it's doing what it's supposed to do and getting people educated, providing housing, helping with tuition, it doesn't matter who it goes to. And that's my problem. They're basically trying to elevate a certain demographic because other demographics are basically running the same race. I mean, let's be real. I mean, DEI initiatives are in place for a reason. It's not just made up.
I agree with that, but see, we talking about the
Black
policies.
people weren't getting the same opportunities. Let's be real.
But these programs sometimes don't even benefit, I'll say they won't benefit just black people. So when you talk about admissions for one, when you talk about
Yeah, it's the disabled,
policy
yeah.
programs at the schools or whatever, these are still stark deficits with the people who they're even having involvement with.
So,
you know?
so let me
And
ask
once
you this
again, we are
question.
still number 4 or 5 on DEI, y'all.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think
Say
the
it again for
federal
the people in the
government,
back.
right? Do you think the federal government has the right, should have the right, if they disagree with something the school is doing that's receiving federal aid? Maybe not this particular subject. Should they have the right to hold back the federal aid?
No, they shouldn't hold back no
I don't
federal
think so.
aid.
No,
I don't think so.
no.
Because you know what I feel
I
like?
think
But-
so, because what if the
Even-
school is doing something really
It
horrible?
can be. It can go on the other end, but
But-
also. Okay, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, no, go ahead, Shim. Go ahead.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, if you think about the federal funding and how they put limits on some things and limits on other things, whatever, if you do it, I feel like it'll just start doing that across the board. And then on top of that, I feel like freedom of speech is actually kind of like intertwined with all of this stuff. So I don't want to see any of that stuff happen, even though it may hurt other groups. And, you know, it's very, to me, it's very scary to me to think about when you cut something or defund something in that way, because then on the other side, it can cause harm, you know? And I just feel like life will kind of like balance it out. Programs will balance it out. That's why we have those programs in place, you know?
Yeah, really agree.
But see, I look at it like this. At some point, like you said, it's in place for a reason. So imagine if another administration said, if you don't implement DEI, I'm going to withhold federal funding. So that's why I'm saying I think the government should have the right to do that. I think we just don't agree with why he's doing it.
Right. Okay, I can understand your point or
It
whatever.
should be a
We
do
can,
no
you know.
harm policy. If you're not doing anything that harms anybody's livelihood, and let's be real, most young adults, that's where they find their voice in college. You need like certain programs in order for people to really get into where they are and who they are. So it's kind of unfortunate because a lot of people that may come from small towns, may have racist parents, may have like a different perspective of life. They go to college and they really see the world and they really get enlightened.
Yeah, facts.
So
I mean,
We're gonna come back to this. We
I
gotta
agree.
move
I just,
on. Oh,
it's just
sorry.
one of them things where, you know, everybody's just going to have to start fighting harder to get in school. You know?
Yeah.
So check this out.
University.
Approximately 60% of Coachella of this year, 2025, general admission attendees use payment plans to afford tickets, highlighting financial strain among festival goers. So this is something we were just talking about this the other night, me and Gavin, my son, and he was saying how like you can put things like food on payment plans. Like he said, you can go to get a burger now with the buy now, pay later. And
You can?
Let me
Yeah,
think about
people are
that.
financing
Let me think about that.
meals.
Let me think about
They're
that.
financing tickets to sporting events, Coachella. And I said, that's just a sign of the times. Like stuff is that expensive to where now you're financing your entertainment and livelihood. You know, it's like I can't afford to go to Coachella, so I'm gonna just finance it. I might not be able to afford to go
Well-
to Mastro's. I'm gonna finance it.
You shouldn't have
Well,
to put a fun weekend on layaway. That's
But
crazy.
but I can understand a festival. It's expensive. You know, like I finance, you know, my season pass for snowboarding. You know, it's expensive. You know, everybody finances it. You know, but one thing is, you know, we were talking earlier, and you were saying that people were eating like cold nachos. They couldn't afford a meal. Now, if it gets that excessive, maybe you need to sit out this, you know, festival or something, because there's no point of starving just to go see some artists, you know,
I
perform.
think for some people it is. I think people are living for these experiences. Look
Yeah.
at a couple years ago when Beyonce did the Renaissance concert. People were losing their apartments. They were getting evicted because they bought Beyonce tickets.
Can you go
Yeah.
into
That's
debt?
just stupidity.
Can you go into debt over the festival if you like miss payments? or something
Yeah,
like that?
it's on your credit. They
That's
put it
a-
on your credit. They come after you. You can even get garnished.
I
was
think the
reading
worst thing in life is if you have a Clipper game on your credit. That's
Next
just-
subject.
I
I'm
just had to
done.
throw that in there. If you run your
why would you even do that?
if you run your
hilarious.
Why
credit
would you even do
and
that?
you got a Clipper game on your credit,
Oh man.
man, it's over.
You just swept the whole comments.
Why would you ever?
George just
A
made the
Clipper
Clipper
game?
games on low.
A Clipper game?
Nah, I was.
You delinquent on a Clipper game, man? I'm not.
No, imagine.
You're not moving in this house.
know the- you know the millennial concert with Omarion?
That was very funny, but you know, straight up, if you guys
people are doing payment
are
plans for
breaking
that.
your necks for these festivals, you might need to sit it out. It's okay. You don't have to. You know, it's going to be there next year. You can just save up your money this year and go for next year or whatever, or you know. But it's not that serious to be out there starving and going broke for a festival, yo.
But the hot girl coach might not be there next year. Glorilla might not be. I mean, it might be a different lineup.
We'll see.
That's
Moving
what
on.
YouTube is for.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube is free, and you get better angles.
Yeah.
You get better camera angles. You be all right. Go ahead, G. What's the next one?
Yes, as of April 8th, 2025, Mega Million has increased its ticket price from $2 to $5. This is the first hike since 2017, but they said you're going to have better odds at winning.
I don't. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But wasn't the lottery supposed to be for, you know, putting money in the schools and stuff?
And that was a long time ago.
We need to go back to that. Like, all right, you want to put this, give us
Speak
this
on it.
this
Speak
extra
on it.
$3 and put this money towards education, so we can make
That's how
AI and teachers coincide. Whatever.
That's almost
we
like-
need to educate our people.
Yeah, that's almost
The
like
mega-
saying
Or put it
our
towards
income taxes
or put
going
it towards
the streets.
healthcare or something. Don't just taxes an extra $5 for the same results. We need something else besides, you know, oh, it's for the lottery.
So this is what they did. The
Better
the mega number,
Yeah.
instead of it being 1 through 25, it's 1 through 20 now. So your chances go up.
Oh, so 1 through 20, we got, dude. That is not it,
It's
bro.
supposed to be the odds are better. Yeah.
I don't care. It's not it, yo. It's not. No.
Unless people gonna hey, this first one you might want to get in on. Unless people gonna play, they're gonna be like, I ain't paying no $5, and that's where you come in.
Well, I'm here for the tangible results. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
we need
show
a
us
little
what
bit
we
more
there
extra with
for,
this
you know?
with this lotto, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We have this is crazy. China is challenging U.S. and European luxury brands by exposing them. They're putting them on Front Street because many of the items are made in China, and they're making people question the inflated prices. And they're basically what they're doing. They're coming out and saying this factory produces for Hermes. This factory produces for Gucci. This factory produces for Louis Vuitton. And they're saying we only charge them this much to make it. We'll sell it directly to you. We make Nikes. We're just gonna put it on blast now. Just
One of the most shocking things.
Gotcha, bitch.
Y'all going crazy over these Birkin bags.
Right.
These famous,
Oh
these
my God,
entertainers
look,
are paying $10,000, $1 million for these Birkin bags, and it only costs $1,000 to make. Think about
It
that.
costs less than that.
They're marking these
They're
items
showing
up
you.
so
They're showing you.
much.
They cost less than that. Look, and I don't knock nobody for
allegedly.
getting their, liking their luxury brands. I have things that I like. Look, hey. However, this is letting you know it ain't that serious to buy this crap. It's not. Get what you want, and if you can afford it, hey, get what you want. But get it because you want it and not because you're trying to have some type of status.
Hey,
Facts. Because if China's letting you know, like, look, this is coming from us, we producing it, and nah, man, that's that. Look,
the worst
do
part
it.
about it, they say the majority of items going to Europe. I mean, it's nothing being done in Europe other than them slapping the label on it.
Yeah.
So that's really
Yes.
crazy. Like,
Yes.
just give me the purse without the label on it. I don't
Yes.
care.
That's what they're offering. That's what they're offering now.
Right.
And I think it's part of the trade war. Part of the trade war is I need to reduce demand for these luxury brands because if y'all want to play this game, we're going to play this game this way. So I'm going to help
Embarrassing
reduce.
us. Yeah.
That is, man. Look.
And that's just like, if you sitting back and looking at what each side is doing, it's like, this is truly the art of the deal because they are constantly one-upping the score in this trade war. And it's like,
I mean, but just let's just
you know
go
who's
back
not
to
being taken into consideration? The people. It's
Yeah.
like,
And
yo,
we never are. We
no,
never
of course
are.
not. But the authentication now, it don't even matter.
no,
It doesn't.
It
And
doesn't
that's
even matter.
that's
they're
what makes-
telling you, we make it.
Like,
right,
yeah.
right.
Oh
So
my
my
God.
question is, do you think consumers care about that point? Because most
question.
people knew that. Most
Right.
people knew that.
If you
know
didn't,
what I
if you
mean?
didn't care, you better
So
care now.
Exactly.
It is
now
about
the exposure's
status.
there,
Yeah,
and it's out for the world to see.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
it is about status. I think a lot of people
does
do.
the consumer?
So
yeah,
so
do they
listen,
care?
to that point, this may backfire because now when things are produced in America and the price has to go up because of the increased cost in labor, that might be even more of a status symbol now. Because like they said, everybody has an iPhone, right? Will everybody have an iPhone when they're $9,000?
No.
So now it's going to be
Absolutely
more
not.
of a, like you said, to your point,
Absolutely
of a
not.
status.
I
Right,
think the shift
right,
will
right.
change, though. I think as people start learning the truth, and I think that will become a status symbol, knowing the truth and living in it. I mean, they're already poaching. I mean,
I
did you
don't
hear?
know.
Did
I
you
don't know
hear
about
about
that.
how?
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
People
no,
like
no,
to
no.
flex.
But did you hear? Well, that's us. I mean,
Nah,
other cultures
yeah.
aren't flexing the way that we do.
No,
That's
I don't
yes,
know
they
about
do.
that.
That's
They
the
flex.
culture.
Yes, they do.
That's the
They
culture.
flex.
Man, no. Yes, they do. It's people out there
They
still
flexing.
flexing in every
Yeah,
culture.
everybody flexes because to
I
be
mean,
honest,
big flexing.
I think it's going to be a shift.
to be honest, like if we're only 14%, 13 to 14% of American population, right? We do spend a lot. Don't get me wrong, but when you look at who these luxury brands are aimed at and the amount of money it takes to buy like a Hermes, that's not
Because
necessarily.
we're not buying Hermes.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
sorry.
necessarily
We
us.
can't afford it.
So
Yeah, you're right about that.
so when it comes to that bag that's already expensive becoming more expensive, it's going
Right.
to even be more of a I
So,
need
yeah,
that
they
bag.
can't-
And your
get it. They
target
can't
market
get it, yeah.
is going to be your target market because guess what? It's going to eliminate.
Yeah.
But that's
You
why
know?
Land Rover is like, we're not even shipping nothing to you guys anymore because the people that buy our cars, we know they're not going to buy them anymore. Yeah, that's crazy. You're right about
gonna
that.
be-
People, well, just like people paying and messing up their credit to go to Coachella. You're right.
Wow.
You guys are right on point.
Okay, we have a few shout outs because we had a grand
Oh yeah.
weekend.
Shout out to Black on the Block.
Okay.
Yes, hold on.
Yeah, we had
There
a
we go.
great time at Black on the Block. It was amazing. It was a lot of businesses out there. You want to shout out any businesses in
Yes,
particular?
I do. I want to shout out Stronger Strands. Here we go. They got the bomb oil, hair oil. It's called Rich Hair Oil. Beautiful branding.
Smells so good.
So if you get a chance, please check out these companies, okay? Now, it was this Sunday at Center Studios in downtown LA. It was a great turnout. We had a great show up at our booth. Shout out to all the customers who came
Oh
and
yeah,
shopped
everybody
with
that
us.
supported
Yes.
our
Thank
products.
you
I know you're
for
gonna love
supporting
them.
us.
Honey Nut and Cocoa was there.
Exactly. And then Black on the Block has two other things coming up. 5/17, they have the May LA County Fair Festival
Oh, yeah.
coming.
We'll be there.
And then also the LA Juneteenth Festival is June 15th, so mark your calendars for that. And keep on supporting local economy, local businesses, Black businesses.
Right.
Economic
Definitely.
improvement is what people need to think about, especially as a community. So this is a beautiful festival.
perfect-
Thank you so much, Black
Perfect
on the Block.
segue. Let me see the hat.
Yes.
Talk about
yes.
it. I'll put it on the screen.
So, this is also local Black business.
Get this amazing hat.
MillenaryTricks.com. You can get you a hat. Very, very nice custom hats. Each one is
love it.
different. Everyone is different. None of them are
quality
the
right
same.
here.
So detailed.
Yes, yes. Shout out
Look.
to the Hood Vince Scully. He's been wearing them at the Dodger games. They're getting a lot of trend, a lot of tread. Go ahead and check them out once again. Millenary Tricks.
Check mine out. I'm wearing one.
George has a custom one,
Custom.
Black History one. I'm not supposed to be showing that one. That was
want me to show
the
it?
first. Go ahead and show it. He
Okay.
gonna be mad, but he be right. This was the first one made. One of the first ones made. He told me not to show it because it was one of the prototypes. But I'm still in love with my hat, so I had to show that. It's dope. It's a little worn out, but go ahead
Love
and
it.
It's
Break it
fresh.
in.
and-
break
I like
it in.
yes. Once again,
That's Mookie, right?
MillenaryTricks.com. Go ahead and get you a hat.
That's
You know.
Mookie on there, right?
Oh, that's Mookie.
Is
Can
he
you
on
see it one more
Insta?
time?
Is he
'Cause
on
I,
Insta?
I
That's
think y'all
Mookie
need to
I
check
think
out.
it's Mookie and Freeman on here.
Hold on, they gotta check this chain
it's
out,
Mookie
though.
and Freeman. Yeah.
You got to see
You see
Mookie's
the- you see
chain.
that Mookie
Hold
chain?
on.
Yeah.
Look
you
at
see
Mookie
it?
chain.
You see it? That
It's
boy
dancing.
blinking.
Can they find
Yeah.
them on Instagram?
Look at
Not on
Mookie.
Instagram, but MillenaryTricks.com. If you can also follow the Hood Vince Scully. He's been wearing them and shouting out
Okay.
the brand. He's wearing them at all the Dodger games and stuff. So go ahead and check that out, man.
Oh, and also
Awesome.
shout out to Juanisha Nails, who was there. Beautiful nails, beautiful pre-designed nails, press-on nails for those occasions that you want
Yes.
to have your own sets, individualized sets,
I love
all kind of
press-ons.
designs, all kind of colors, wonderful quality, high quality luxury nails.
Cool.
Yeah, shout out to the community. Everybody there was being friendly, nice. They were
Yes.
supporting. Yeah, it was nice. People were coming up. Shout out to some of the people I work with on set. They was able to stop by on the department
Oh,
head
really? That's
Dennis.
dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice. It was right in the area, so they were able to check us out. So appreciate all the love and support.
That's dope.
Yeah. Any other shout outs?
Just keep in mind, this is great to support. This is like literally over 50 businesses, an event that they put on. It's not just hair products, it's clothing. It was a guy out there doing grills and
Oh,
teeth
yeah.
art.
I need
you
to
have,
get me a
You
grill,
have a
bro.
lot of businesses in this area that are focused on different products. Just come out, take a look and support. And even if you don't buy products, it's so many food vendors from Jamaican food to cupcakes.
delicious.
To,
Okay,
so
Chefism was there.
It smells so good.
yeah, so
Yeah.
check
Man.
out Black on the Block just as something
Man, I
to
wish
bring
I was
family
there.
and friends to.
That's dope.
3 DJs. They had a
A
bar,
bomb music,
a game
yeah, an
truck.
open bar.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So
That's
definitely
our
get out
show.
to the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It's free 99. We will see you next week. Love y'all. Be safe.
Yeah, Honey Nut and Cocoa.
Yes.
We can